So once you go up to the computer, you can come back and adjust yourselves well. And before you close your eyes, this is something that I've been doing for quite a long time, but I go on a call every day, daily Dharma, and there's a meditation teacher, Naraya Levinson, who's from Cambridge Insight Meditation Center. And the words that she used today were exactly the words that I use in my meditation practice. But I also visualize myself as though I'm holding this like bundle of worries and fears and regrets and remorse, and I put it down. I set it aside, and that physical gesture, I'm saying this because this is something, clearly that I practice. It has helped me a huge amount. So in my mind's eye, I'm making this physical gesture of setting it aside, the worries, the fears, which there has been a lot in the past few months, to just set it aside, putting it down as we come to sit together. And then even if you have to go back to that gesture, you see yourself physically with your hands doing it, you can repeat the words, put it down, set it aside, is really helpful, especially when the mind goes off to thoughts. It's not that thoughts are bad. Thoughts is what the mind does. It's a natural thing for the mind to do, is to think, but it's not now. It's not now. I'll think you later is another quip that I use a lot. I'll think you later. So if we come now to sit in a comfortable, relaxed state, as you know, I've often say, sit and know that you're sitting. If you feel you need to lie down and do this, or for that matter, stand up. So we're coming together and we're setting aside the fragmentation. Some people have been up for quite some time, likely that there'll be more fragmentation. For others of you, perhaps that have not had, there's some of us in different time zones here. So many things have transpired already. So see if you can become wholehearted in setting aside any and all fragmentation. So you're fully here now. And again, you can do the gestures that I suggested, not to, if thoughts come up, again, not a problem, but I'll thank you later. Feel yourself, the buttock bones, if you're seated, in the contact with the earth element or in the chair. If you're standing, obviously it's the feet, the back body, if you're lying down. And you can relax the eyes, spread the temple skin, turn the ears inward. So you're moving away from the external world. Again, setting aside any and all fragmentation. And then just become aware of the breath, breathing in and out through the nose, soft, even inhalation, soft, even exhalation. You can use the breath today as the object of meditation, or simply just feel the buttock bones connected to the earth. And just stay. And that word stay is also helpful. Resist the desire to, perhaps if the phone is nearby, to look at it, to perhaps open your eyes, take in the external world, unless you need to open the eyes, which are very good reasons to open the eyes, especially if there's anxiety. But otherwise, you can just repeat the word stay. Stay. And each time you repeat the word stay, like we've repeated the word now, feel the earth element, the body in connection to the earth. Let all burdens be released from your shoulders, setting aside any and all concerns. Not now. And then if you care to fold the palms in front of your chest as a gesture of devotion, you can repeat silently to yourselves your own personal vow. The Bodhisattva, the Dalai Lama vow. May I be a boat, a raft, a bridge for all beings to cross the flood. May I be a resting place for the weary. May I be medicine to all who are sick. May I be a lamp in the darkness for those who are lost. May I do so as long as earth and sky and galaxies exist, until all beings are enlightened. I vow to be here to serve them all. And then when you're ready, you can, if your eyes are closed, open the eyes, lift your gaze, and stretch out your legs. So as we did on Friday, I'm going to give you a choice of starting pose. The first pose as a doorway in. You can do Supta Baddha Konasana. You can do Paryankasana. Mary Beth, you can do it with the two blocks, obviously, if you're doing Paryankasana to Supta Virasana with cushion support. For those of you with knee issues, then probably I wouldn't pick that one. You can do straight leg Paryankasana or Viparita Karani up at the wall. Or cross-legged Supta Swastikasana. So the main thing here is not so much which pose you're coming into it, is can you use the pose to merge the body, the breath, and the mind? So pick one that's fairly comfortable for you so you can continue the process of involution that we started in the sitting meditation. By the way, Sharon Salzberg, if you just Google her, and on her, or just to go to her website, is doing a wonderful, I think it's a 10-day course on real change based on her latest book, Real Change. Mary Beth, that's good. So Paryankasana, Mary Beth's in it. If you want to look at, if you have your screen in gallery view, you can see her. She has her hands reaching out toward the wall. Tom, you can do Supta Virasana with the chair. You can do Lindsay V, Paryankasana with straight legs. Lubna, good. Some of you, I showed this on Friday. Some of you I know are on here, but the head, if your chin is lifting and you're in Paryankasana, take a blanket for the back of the head and do spread the skin. Janet, that looks good. Yeah. Okay. The main thing again is that you're comfortable. You're not struggling. So it's different when we say, we're doing this pose and we're doing it. There's an inclination to impose the pose on you, but I don't want an imposition of the pose on you. I want you to really envelop the pose, the geometry, and use it to continue that process of involution. If the thighs are a little bit apart, so the diaphragm can relax. Tom, that's good. Legs elevated at the wall in Viparita Karani, or just flat back if your back bothers you. Lindsay, that's good. So I'm glad that someone picked that. So we did all the Paryankasana work last Tuesday. We did Paryankasana with straight legs in Padmasana, in Baddha Konasana, and Swastikasana. So that's another option. Again, you can close your eyes and continue that process of involution. Some of the shapes really irrigate the chest a little bit more, like the Paryankasana shape, but if you're flat in Baddha Konasana, that's fine. Again, we're just using this first pose, really second pose, because we sat as a doorway in. And perhaps pose the question today. Some of you have done a similar sequence with me on Friday. Doing the poses for your body, living your way into an answer for your body, for your mind. Find out what you need to do. That's what practice really is. So feel free to do. If you need to do something else, Nadia's not here yet. If your shoulders bother you, we're going to be doing some weight bearing. Tom, that's good. Have the feet apart, yeah. And then when you're ready, you can come into the Paryankasana people and come into Supta Virasana. Some of you took the arms overhead, and I purposely didn't say to or not to, but because I was trying to focus on merging the body, the breath, and the mind, and often the arms overhead charge the brain. So when I said living your way into the answer is practice, figuring out what you need to do. If your mind is really busy, then taking the arms overhead, may not be appropriate at that time. So the Paryankasan people are now in Supta Virasana with trunk support. The Supta Swastikasan people have changed, and if the Supta Baddha Konasana people want to change, they can do Gale, quasi-ject, or swinging the knees side to side. That's it. Again, the main thing here is to settle down, wholeheartedly bring yourself to stay, to rest. Those of you in Supta Virasana, make sure the abdomen is not pushing forward. Then a blanket support would help. Also make sure that the thighs aren't splaying out. And then, and then always, it's nice if the bolster's nearby, Lubna, you can put the bolster on your legs or sandbag, something to weight the thighs down. It really has a good effect on the diaphragm. Yeah, and anything heavy, even 2 blankets, not that they weigh so much. Okay, and then everyone have the arms down as our last arm. If you decided to take the arms overhead, just return now to the arms being down by the side. Okay, so those of you who were in Supta Virasana will have a smidge of advantage in doing Ekapada Bekasana, but it doesn't really matter. All right, stretch out your legs, and then we're going prone. Just stretch out your legs. All right, now before we do Ekapada Bekasana, let's do Cobra Pose, the iteration of Cobra Pose where the arms, I'll just show it in profile quickly, are by the sides of the armpit chest, not in front of the shoulder. And then first, I want you to turn the thighs from the inside out because we're going to do some prone back bends. So we have to spread the backs of the thighs, and you can make a fist, place it on your tailbone, and move the buttock flesh down toward the knees and chisel the tailbone toward the floor. And then you slither forward and come up a little bit. Okay, so that's the Cobra iteration we're doing with bent arms, because the bent arm iteration affects the upper spine. The straight arm has more effect on the lower spine. So lying prone now, take your hands, turn the backs of the thighs inside out. Try not to, oftentimes people have told me that they get cramps when they lie prone and they point the feet back. So maybe send a message not to say point the feet back, but spread the feet. But the feet are really in Virasana. Now place the hands by the side, by the armpit chest. Good, Mary Beth. So now that Tommy, the arms are bent. Yes, the arms are bent. Now drag the sides of the navel forward a little bit. I won't be able to see that. Then press the feet, press the hands, and rise up a little bit. Neck long. Look forward from the bridge of the nose. The arms stay bent. Arms stay bent by your side. Not much weight bearing. Janet, that's good. Neck long. Okay, and then release. All right, well, we didn't do this on Friday, but I think I'm going to have you because we're doing some Chaturanga Dandasanas. We're going to repeat Cobra, Bhujangasana, and then we'll lift the hands off the floor. All right, so again, turn the thighs from the inside out. So Tom, with this iteration, just the arms bent, not straight arms. Press the feet, tailbone in, buttocks toward the knees. Press the hands, slither forward, rise up a little bit. Take the inner elbows toward each other like Chaturanga Dandasana. Your upper chest is off the floor. If your chest is not lifting up off the floor, you can put a blanket in the trifold position. Now quickly take the hands off the floor and stay so that you're learning to strengthen your trapezius. Good, Nancy. Okay, and down you come. And now Ekapada Bekasana for the frontal groins. So we'll take the right leg. First of all, turn the backs of the thighs inside out. Just focus on when you bend your right leg, don't let it move out of the median line. So you're going to just All right, so again, a blanket could be used. So you're reaching back. Don't turn your hand until you get the heel as close to the floor as you possible, as you can, and then turn the right hand and aim the right heel to the floor. Press the left forearm down, lift the chest. Your chest should be just like Cobra now. Chest just like Cobra. If you're not getting much lift of the chest, then put the blanket, good Mary Beth, right underneath the armpit chest and raise it. Okay, and change sides. Right forearm in front, you're going to bend the left leg now. Okay, lie prone, take time to turn the inner thighs to the outer thighs. That's good, Winnie. Now, move the heel as close to the floor, then quickly left hand to the top of the foot. The more of your hand you can get on your metatarsal, the easier it is to turn. If you can't turn, don't worry about it. And now everyone needs to move the left arm chest forward so that the left side of your body is not further back than the right. Okay, and then come down. Let's do it one more time, which we didn't do on Friday, to even out the shoulders. So that last instruction that I gave you, it will apply now to the right armpit chest. So left forearm in front, bend your right leg, aim to the floor, take right hand to the top of the foot, quickly turn the hand, so the fingers are pointing the same direction of the toes, aim the heel to the floor, and now imagine I had my hand on your right armpit chest, move it forward, move it forward, move it forward. That skin should move forward. And then release, change sides. Right forearm in front. Yes, don't have it too far out because then you'll diminish the chest lift. And again, as I said, if you're not getting much chest lift, add a tri-folded blanket. And then again, with the left leg bent, aim well, turn the hand, press the right forearm down, lift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. That's it. Good, Janet. All right, and then out you come. All right, now take Cobra again. This time we'll do it with straight arms. You'll feel there's a difference. The first one touched the upper back. The second iteration touches the lower back. Hands are in the same place. Turn the legs from the inside out. Now again, slither forward from the sides of the navel. Ribs are moving forward. Press the hands down. And then this time, that's it. Gail, I think your hands could be a little further back. For some reason, I think some of you drifted your hands in front of your shoulder on this straight iteration. Keep moving the trapezius down. Keep moving, especially those of you bend easily at your lower waist. Move the buttock flesh toward the backs of the knees. It shouldn't feel like you're bending in your lower back. Okay, come down. Let's repeat it. All right, so place the hands by the armpit chest, the same place with the bent arm variation. Now again, press the feet, slither forward, rise up, neck long. So now the arms are straight. You'll feel it more in the lower back. Still get that tailbone action of chiseling it down. Okay, and then release. All right, so let's do this. We didn't do this also on Friday before we did Adho Mukha Svanasana and plank. Take a calf stretch. If you have the chair, that would probably be the best way to do it. Or you could do it freestanding if you're very good at it, freestanding with the feet on two blocks. If it's challenging for you, then go to a wall with your feet on both blocks. Okay. With that said, or you can step back in a lunge position and do it in that manner. Just do the calf stretch that works for you. Feet on blocks, Elaine, that's good. And then Elaine, Winnie, that's good. You can have the belt on the chair bottom, then you can come forward. If you're at the wall, you won't be able to come forward. Mary Beth, you'll take it, and then you'll come forward as well. Those of you feel more Janet, if you're more comfortable, those of you freestanding, come forward on the blocks, but it can be tricky. Janet, just move your tailbone, toward the those draws. Okay. Elaine, also you can bend forward. That's good, Lubna. Yeah. The calf stretch will, of course, help to get the heels down. Heels down. Janet, it might be if the blocks are vertical, it's hard to get close to the wall. So you put the blocks laterally, horizontal to each other. That make the difference. Yeah. And foam blocks are harder to do this on than wood. If you have the chair, it's great, but I will say that working with the chair online is a little bit tricky. Accidents can happen. Okay. Elaine, on this one, of course, you know that you don't have to do down dog. You can come into your high plank. All right. So we're working on, we're going to go to Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog pose, to a high, I'll call it a high chaturanga, not chaturanga dandasana, not plank. So this one, you can have hands at the wall. Again, hands can be on blocks, and you're going to come into it with movement. Your calves have been stretched, your heels hopefully will be down. And then you're coming forward into this high quality, high chaturanga dandasana. And then you'll go back and forth about 6 times, and then you'll hold it for, let's say, a minute. Or if you can't do it a minute, 30 seconds. All right. You can take Adho Mukha Svanasana from any position, Tadasana, prone, on all 4. Hi, Nadia. Nadia, how's your shoulder? So I sent you the message, what we're doing.
It hurts, so I'm gonna be careful.
Yeah, so
I'll just walk my arm. I just drove Mario to work. Sorry, I'm late.
just do, well, you know, why don't you do some Gomukhasana perhaps, or Urdhvastasana, or Urdhva.
No, so flexion hurts and internal rotation hurts. So I'm gonna do the wall work, and then I'll do a dog pose at the wall.
Fine, Waluttanasana is good. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands directly under, so there's no weight there. Okay, so everyone else is in dog pose to plank. Good, Nancy. I meant to say high chaturanga. Come back and forth about 6 times. Good, Lindsay V. Yeah, that's it. Use this to not only open up the armpits, but to get the abdominal action. So remember, I don't want the pelvis to sink to the floor. Good. That's it, Mary Beth. Go back and forth. Back and forth. And then after about the 6th or 8th time, just hold it. Just hold it, making sure. So I'll see everyone. Yeah, that's it, Janet. So if you glance at yourself in the galley view, your shoulders are pretty much in line with your pelvis. It's like a piece of a wood plank. You're not dropping the pelvis. Press the hands down, go up through the inner arms, turn the biceps from the inside out. From the inside out. Good. Okay, drop the pelvis a little bit, Tom. It's lifting a smidge too high. Lubna, let's see. Hands can be on blocks, that's fine, although the foam, not ideal for this one. That's it, Lubna. Okay, and down you come. Good. All right, now you can join us in this or not. You can make that decision. So I'm going to show you, as I said, we're using some of this to learn how to do at least one high quality chaturanga dandasana once or twice a week. So I'm going to use the bolster because the bolster for chaturanga dandasana is a beautiful way to get the shape of the pose, but don't think of it as nothing. It's something. And actually you can get a lot of physicality out of this geometry. So watch, I'm putting the roots of my thighs on the end of the bolster. And then like Cobra, I'm placing my hands by my armpit chest. And again, I'm going to look at myself in the viewer and see that my upper arm and my lower arm form a right angle. So this is basically to strengthen the trapezius, the neck as long as I look forward from the bridge of the nose. Okay, so this gets the shape. It also trains you to feel the abdomen moving away from the bolster. Notice how the toes were tucked under and I reach through my inner heels. Mary Beth, you can use your inner heels since you're near the wall, glue them to the wall, which I didn't show, but that's a nice effect. So do this chaturanga dandasana with support. So you're really internalizing the shape of the pose. We're not coming off the floor. We're just raising the hands off the floor like we did with Cobra. All right. So you're lying over the bolster. We will do chaturanga dandasana later. So your whole trunk is on. If you don't have a bolster, then use 2 blankets. and make a bolster out of it. Those of you good, yeah, Nadia, that's it. Stay there. And again, don't think of this as nothing. It's something. It's actually quite a lot. You're getting the beautiful shape of it, the pose. Spread the back of the skin, look forward from the bridge of the nose. So that's your Chaturanga Dandasana with bolster. Okay, now take the bolster out. We're going to use some of the prone back bends, as in preliminary course, as a platform for Chaturanga Dandasana. So now you can remove the bolster. All right, so we're first starting with the Ekapada Shalabhasana, all right? You're on your back, on your belly. Everyone could do. Turn the backs of the thighs from the inside out. All right, now, just to make it even, so let's not start with the arm motion first. Just form a little pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on the little pillow. Okay, now you're going to, in a moment, once you've turned the backs of the thighs inside out, raise the right leg up, but you must lift the entire thigh off the floor. Lift the leg up, keep the leg straight, which is challenging. See if you can really lift the leg off the floor. Most of you know this pose when we do two legs. The leg, now that we're doing Ekapada, it's much easier. So Tom, see if you can put your hand on the root of the thigh and lift that right leg up so it clears the floor. Good, Nancy, down. And then the other leg. Much easier to lift the root of the thigh. Good, Winnie, Elaine, good. So I just want to make sure everyone can clear the root of the thigh. Keep the leg straight. Push that inner upper knee into the knee. So it's, for some of you, you're lifting the leg, but the leg isn't straight, right? So put what I call press the front of the knee into the back of the knee, like you did in dog pose. Okay, one more time, Ekapada Shalabhasana. This time, take the arms down by the side. Turn the palms up. And now raise the root of the right thigh up. Good, Gail, that's really good. And descend. And then raise the root of the left thigh up. And descend. All right, now we're going to try it, which is very challenging, but I wanted to do it in a very particular order this morning. We're going to, without any belt or without any blanket, we're going to come into Shalabhasana, raising both legs up. So once again, you're prone. Have the arms down by the side. Chisel the tailbone in. And now raise both legs at the same time. Keep the legs straight, knee into knee, raise the arms, raise the chest, and look forward from the bridge of the nose. Look forward from the bridge of the nose. All right, now down you come. One more time in that manner. Reach through the inner arms. Raise the roots of both legs up. Neck long. Relax jaws, and down you come. All right, now take your blanket. The bolster is actually too deep. Take your blanket in the Sarvangasana shape, fold it in half, and then you're going to put, so the white blanket on the gray tight, you can see just the roots of the thighs. Janet, this is helpful to you. Just the roots of the thighs on the blanket, all right? Notice how my frontal hip bones are on the floor. And then we're going to do Shalabhasana with blanket underneath the roots of the thighs. You will get more height, okay? Which most of you need. All right, so now take it with the blanket. Yeah, make sure it's not underneath your navel, because then that distorts the whole geometry of the pose. All right, extend the arms backward. So you're prone. And now lift both legs up. The sense now is the legs should just fly up. Fly up, raise the arms, neck long, legs flying up. The legs are straight, don't let the knees bend. Okay, now down you come. Now for those of you who let the legs bend and it's hard to keep the legs straight, take a belt and belt the outer edges of the feet, not the ankles. So add these two props, this one last prop, the belt, but keep the blanket for the roots of the thighs. All right, another Shalabhasana, you're gonna belt your legs, make it tight. Make it tight. Okay. And that's good, Elaine. All right. And now one more time. I'll wait for some of you to get the belt. That's fine. Good, Lindsay. That's it. Excellent. Okay. These look really good. So the belt and the blanket really, really help most of you. All right, if you're just getting the belt now, that's fine. You can repeat it. All right, now try to remove the blanket, keep the belt, and we'll do one more Shalabhasana. So now that you've trained the legs from using, unless you absolutely need to use the blanket, if the legs don't come off the floor, have that memory and up you go. Raise the legs, raise the chest, raise the head. Neck is long. Okay, and down you come. All right, now everyone take the blanket back in. We're doing a kind of what I'll call a prone Urdhva Hastasana. So basically when we stand up and we take the arms overhead, we're going to do this prone. We'll take the arms overhead in a minute. So you're on your belly again. The roots of the thighs are supported. So we're doing the Shalabhasana legs, but Vinyasa arms. All right. So the blanket encompasses the top of the thigh. All right. If you need the belt, that's fine. All right. Now from here, take the arms out to the side. Raise the legs, raise the chest. It's easier to take the arm when the arms are out to the side. Feel the trapezius skin moving down. That's good. Arms are like an airplane. Okay, now come down. And now again, we'll raise the legs, raise the chest, raise the arms, and then with motion, swing the arms overhead. Yes, but don't let the arms, the upper arm drop below your ear. So imagine your forearms 3 inches higher. All right, let's repeat it. Arms out to the side. So this is to strengthen the trapezius, middle and upper, which is very challenging. Most people's trapezius, middle, upper are quite weak. Go out to the side. That's it, Nancy. Now use momentum. If the arms take a sudden drop to the floor, reach for a chair or the wall, or even put a bolster in front of you. We're doing these a few times to strengthen a very weak part on the body. All right, and again, here we go. Raise the legs. So we're focusing on the arms now, arms out to the side. Now with motion, reach, palms are facing each other. That's it. Raise the arms higher and higher so that your upper arms are ready to get them as close to the ears, close beside the ears. Like Gomukhasana, the Skujjana, beside the ears. Now can you stay for at least 10 seconds? Come down if you need to, and again. So we're doing these. I know that they feel like a lot of work. It's fairly effortful, but it's to strengthen your mid-trapezius, the middle back, and the upper back, okay? All right, here we go. Doing it this way from out to the side, the Vinyasa to straight on is much easier than going straight on from straight on, okay? All right, one more time in that manner. Now you just keep the arms down by the side, or out to the side will probably be okay, but not overhead. All right, here we go. Reach, Elaine, that's good. You can reach to the seat of the chair, especially if you want to stay. Just stay with your forearms, Elaine, on that chair seat. Stay to strengthen that trapezius muscle. Okay, and down we come. All right, I'm going to spotlight Elaine because we didn't do this on Friday, and this is a setup that I personally work with, or unless you do it in front of a bed and you can put your arms. So Elaine, I'll have you repeat this, and I'm going to spotlight you now. Just wait for my. Okay, so where'd she go? Oh, there she is. All right. So now she's in that shape. She has the blanket supporting the roots of the thighs. So she's in the Vinyasa arm position, arms out to the side. Now she's going to, with motion, reach for the seat of the chair. Yes, and just that section of your arm, Elaine, is beautiful. Just that kind of upper wrist, hoisting the arms. Mary Beth, this would be really good. So you get her upper arm, that biceps is close to the ear, and then stay and stay and stay. Okay, and down you come. You can also do it, Elaine, just shove in the bolster. If people don't have the chair in the room, just remove the chair out to the side and then wedge in that bolster. And just show it with bolster. Can even be done with 2 blocks. All right, show it one more time. So I'll let you you can see Elaine. Yes, same thing, Elaine, out to the side, legs up, arms out, and then reach. Yes, move it a little bit further away. So as you get just your forearm, that's it, on the high side. The bolster on the high side works really well. Beautiful. Okay, thanks, Elaine. All right, can we do one very high quality Shalabhasan in that manner? Okay. You can use your bolster. You can, as Elaine just showed, you can use the chair seat. The main thing is to stay good, Mary Beth. Stay a bit. So having the arms supported, closing the chain will help you stay. Nancy, you could have either done it the other way and reach for the bed there. Okay, reach out. Bolster good, Lindsay. The on the high side is really good. Lubna, take the bolster and make it a little bit higher. Flip it. So it's, yeah. So get it on that edge that's higher. Okay, keep the legs straight. If the legs are bending, then slip on the belt. That's it. Okay, and down you come. Now, let's take the blanket out. We're doing Makrasan. So the same thing, we're lifting the legs up. Again, this strengthens the trapezius. This time the hands, I'm going to show you, they're not in the back of my neck. They're actually at the back of the skull, and the arms are decentralized. The fingers are interlaced firmly. The elbows are out to the side, but my hands are in the back of my skull. All right, here we go. We're going back to prone position. All right, now raise the legs. Hopefully this is getting better. Raise the legs, raise the chest, raise the head. And then the most important instruction is press the head into the hands. Press the head into the hands. Now you can also do a baby Bhujangasana with the two bolsters on a chair and hands at the wall. Okay, now come down, change the interlace of the hands, and up you go. Change the interlace of the hands, and up you go. All right, now we'll do the hard one. So I'll show you from a frontal view. Instead of the arms being here, in that former iteration of Makrasana, the arms will be here like Shirshasana. And this one's challenging. So you can have a blanket or a bolster in front. So this one, you're going to take the arms in a Shirshasana position, scrub the elbows along the floor, rise up. All right, so let's try that. Janet, this was the one that you said was easier because you became top heavy, right? All right, so interlace the hands at the back of the skull. Raise the legs. If you need the blanket, that's fine. Raise the chest. Good, Nancy. Elbows in. Okay, these look good. Elbows in. Imagine I'm in front of you. If the elbows are dropping to the floor, put, if anyone cannot lift the elbows off the floor, Lane, that's fine. That's a little high, just a blanket. Or even this is one of the few poses where foam blocks work better than wood blocks because it's hard to press your elbow into a wood block. Okay, swap the hands. Luna, just take the blanket. Okay, and up you come. Just don't want to lose momentum with this. Nancy, that's really good. Okay, and down you come. So as I said, and I wanted to go through this rather quickly, we're using the prone back bends today as a platform to Chaturanga Dandasana. So if you want to do Chaturanga Dandasana with the belt or with the blocks, then be my guest. Elaine, you can come into it from a prone. You don't have to go to it from dog. So watch, we're putting all the pieces together rather quickly. So I have the belt, and if you show it to me like this, I'll be able to see if most people, if they're not used to doing the belt, Chaturanga Dandasana dog pose, Chaturanga Dandasana, put the belt on, and it's too loose. So err on tighter than looser, because the belt will fall off when you're in dog pose. Have the belt in your elbow pit, and then you can extend your arms outward to the screen. I'll be able to see it. So I would say that the arms, it's in line with your inner armpit now, not the outer shoulder. That would be too wide. Okay? Nadia, that's good. Nadia, after class, we should talk about, what's causing this, because it's been ongoing. I'm wondering if orthodontitis and those kinds of things are not helping. See, okay, so now watch for a moment. There's Adho Mukha Svanasana, erring on tighter than looser. Elaine, you can do your high plank. And now here's the thing I wanted to show you. In order to get my upper arm and my lower arm to form a right angle, I actually have to step in a little bit. And then I push the floor away back to the high chaturanga and exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Or I'd like to do two. If you don't, yeah, Janet, I think you could go a little tighter in your belt. Elaine, you can do your high plank to Vashisthasana now. Why don't you do that? Okay. All right, here we go. To a high plank, wait there. That's it, Nancy. Now, remember, you have to get your upper arm, lower arm, your proprioception. But now, Nancy, move the tailbone down a little bit more. Come into Chaturanga Dandasana. And then push the floor away. Good, Lana, and up you go. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, Lubna, that's excellent. Okay, just settle in for 1 second. Everybody just come onto your knees. All right, I want to do one again. So if you have the ability, I know it's not ideal to turn your head, but if you can see yourself in the screen so that you look at yourself in the high plank, and then when you bend your arms, many of you will have to step in because the upper arm and the lower arm have to be at a right angle, the exactly position that you were on the bolster. That's why we did it. Okay, one more. So I'd rather have you do 2 high quality chaturangas a week than 15 poorly. Okay, down dog, high chaturanga. Now bend your elbows. So yes, Gail, and then move the trapezius. See if you can lower the body so you're in chaturanga dandasana. Good, Nancy. The whole body is parallel to the floor. Okay, and out you come. All right, let's try Urdhva Mukha. Nadia, if you want to join this, you can do with chair and 2 bolsters, the baby Bhujangasana, or place your hands on the seat of the chair. All right, let's do Urdhva Mukha Svanasana in the more classical way, not from down dog, but from a prone position, since we've been prone. And as I said, we're using the prone positions to do Chaturanga Dandasana and Urdhva Mukha. And Elaine, you do it that way anyway. All right, so here we go. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. If there's any wrist issues, I would advise to do it with chair, Lindsay Vidya. Okay, wrist issues, shoulder issue, use the chair or do baby Bhujangasana, Bhujangasana 2. Okay, now let's see Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So Nancy, have the blocks much closer in. So, yes, there. Now be on the tops of the feet because we worked Virasana. The feet, I'm asking for you to be on the tops of the feet because that will chisel your tailbone. Good. And then scoot forward. Nancy, that's really good. All right. Upward facing dog. You don't need the belt now. Good, Elaine. Upward facing dog. Slide forward. Make sure you're not bent. Remember in this one, guys, the whole leg is off the floor. Just the top of the foot. Don't bend in your lower back. Keep moving the buttock flesh toward the backs of the knees. The spine should be upright. If you feel like you're bending in your back, then I would really encourage you to use the chair, which predicts the more perpendicular shape. Okay, we're doing 6 in total, Urdhva Mukha. That's it, Janet. Point the feet straight back. Urdhva Mukha. Don't bend in your lower spine. If your spine doesn't feel upright, use the chair. Winnie, that's excellent. Okay, and another round or 2. Be on the tops of the feet so you get the tailbone action. Tailbone action. Good. That's better. Tom, and then all you have to do is keep the leg straight. Janet, good. Slide the pelvis forward. Slide the pelvis forward. Okay, now everyone just take Adho Mukha Svanasana, if that's appropriate. Dog pose. Or half Uttanasana with hands on chair. If you're using the chair, that's fine. You can just do a half Uttanasana. Nadia, let's see the Bhujangasana 2 with the roots of the thighs on the bolster. Scoot. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yes, that's the one. Okay, Nadia, I think from here, you can do Utkatasana, and then we're going to do some jumpings, which you could do. And then when we do vinyasa, I'm not going to have you do it. Then you can do, I think I might have Lindsay M demonstrate something. And then Nadia, you can do Vera 2, Vera 1, and Virabhadrasana 3 when we do vinyasa. Okay, so now I've got to think back. What am I doing? Utkatasana. All right. So we've been working on this a lot. And one of the reasons why I stress Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, keeping the trunk perpendicular, is to avoid this thing, which we've been working with. So this is too much, my chest is too far forward. Don't worry, and let me make this perfectly clear. I'd rather have you not have the thighs parallel, but the chest more upright, okay? Again, we're gonna do Utkatasana with six of them with movement. So you're standing, feet apart or together. Everyone can do it. Yes, Lindsay, V, use the sneakers, they will help. That's it. Okay, Utkatasana, go down 6 times, and then we'll do the jumping. Utkatasana, arms up, unless Nadia, you can keep the hands on the hips or down by the side or out in parallel to the shoulders. Okay, 6 in that manner. Nancy, just take the abdomen slightly back. Don't let the weight come into the balls of the feet. Heels are down. Lift the toes up. Mary Beth, that's good. A few in that manner. A few in that manner. A few in that manner. Good. Okay, these have gotten better. So remember, the chest being more upright takes precedent over the thighs being parallel. Okay, now, Nancy, remember this? We were talking about this when you were here last on Tuesday. I want you to go to the wall and do the heel raises. The heel, I'm lifting my heels. Those of you who need the sneaker on, do so. But I want you to make this a little more nuanced in the footwork. Don't let the outer ankles roll out. So can you lift your heels up as high as they can, but keep good, Tom. Very good. Raise the heels up, straight up, and don't let the foot torque. So run your inner ankles parallel to your outer ankles. That's it. If you don't need the wall, that's fine. Good. Lift straight up. Nancy, good. Straight up. Janet, good. So you really feel the arches of your feet. Lubna, watch the right foot because it's rolling in. Move your inner right ankle out toward the screen. That you do that, yeah, and the same thing in your dog pose. Okay, so I won't have everyone has seen Mary Beth and Lana and Elaine do the jumping. So let me so I have my sneakers on, which is much easier. Gail, this is the same thing. So we're gonna go back for you too. So I'm in Utkatasana, and then I'm gonna decide to do it this way. I'm taking my arms down by my side and I'm jumping up. That will be much easier for you to do than keeping your arms up. All right, if you need to get your sneakers on, we're doing 6 of them, and then we're going to do vinyasa. Nadia, just do the way, the arms down by the side. Okay, 6, and lift up. Jump high. Don't let the ankles torque. Lift up, good. So you're coming down in your heel, you're rolling through the ball of the foot. Do at least 6. At least 6, lift up. Arms down by the side and then reach upward. You'll probably get more height. Arms down by the side and reach upward. Okay, now Nadia, I'm gonna have you do exactly what you just did because this will be good with the vinyasa. Can you kind of do that, what I call standing Ustrasana arch back? So I'm just adding this in. All right, watch. Which is always a good way to practice the back bend. Just insert one. Where'd Nadia go? There. Okay, so I'm spotlighting Nadia. Nadia, have your, okay, so she knows what she's doing. Have the feet hip width apart. Okay, put your hands on the backs of the thighs. That's it. Now press the feet, lift strongly from the sides of the pubic. Now take your hands to the side walls of the waist. Stay with me. Just bring your, and raise. I want you to go through the motor. That's it. So you get that vertical chest. Then take the hands again, go back to the hands on the backs of the thighs and arch backward. So the chest is upright. That's it. And then she's just going back. All right. See the fullness, how her top chest is now parallel to the ceiling in her house. She stays grounded in her feet. She's even lifted her toes. So we're doing this. This will help many of you in the vinyasa. Good, Nadia. I'd like you to do about 6 of them. You don't have to stay long. With each time that you do it, you will notice how you'll see the floor from behind. All right. So you're standing. You can have the feet. I'm going to remove. Yeah. Let's watch Nadia do it again. Yeah. That's good, Nadia. Keep moving the buttock flesh toward the backs of the thighs. And then what I like to do, Nadia, chisel bone action. Then put your hands right at the sides of the waist to lift up. So before, yes, that's it. So trace the line from the sides of the waist to the armpit chest, then arch backward. Yes. Okay, here we go. Thank you. All right, this will help many of you in the vinyasa. All right, may I see? All right. So stand in samastiti. Have the feet to the outer edges of the mat because I don't want anyone to lose their balance. I'm just trying to find the galley. Press the feet strongly into the earth. Find that earth element because I don't want you to topple back. All right, now spread the backs of the thighs just like what we did in Makrasana. Turn the thighs. Now, again, move the buttock flesh down, chisel the tailbone in, then place the hands by the side walls of the chest. And then you can bend the knees slightly, not even bend the knees that much. Trace the hands to the armpit chest, and then with the hands returning to the backs of the thighs, arch backward. Don't lose the heels into the floor. Lindsay V, if that helps, that's fine. But we're going to do vinyasa after this. Okay, and then repeat, placing the hands good, Janet, placing the hands on the side walls of the chest. So I want you to be in your legs. You're getting the vertical lift of the chest. The armpit chest moves from the back to the front, and then you arch back and look back. You'll see the floor behind you. One more time in that manner. Don't bend at the waist. That's why we're doing it. I want the bend in your upper back, not in your lower back. The thighs will come forward a little bit, but if they come too far forward, you know you're bending in your lower spine. Use your hands to articulate. Okay, and out you come. Well done. All right, now what we're going to do, let me just quickly show, and this will work really well. Nadia, you won't do this. You'll have to do, or you can do whatever you want to do, but I would think here now, warrior 2, warrior 1, and warrior 3. All right, so just watch, and it should come beautifully. So now what you're going to do is you'll take Adho Mukha Svanasana again with belt or not, or with blocks. Come into your high Chaturanga, your Chaturanga Dandasana, and then you'll push the floor away and go back. And then we'll put Urdhva Mukha in, and then we'll do the third one with the double Chaturanga. All right, so we're doing 3 in total. All right. All right, stand at the top of the mat. We'll take Utkatasana first. We might as well. So I've been wanting to work on this in December. It's good to stay warm in, working on the fast twitch muscles, working on weight bearing, but also impact. All right, Utkatasana first when you're ready. All right, now Adho Mukha Svanasana, Elaine, or not, meaning you'll go straight to plank, Elaine, high plank. That's good, Nadia. Okay, now from here, Chaturanga Dandasana. That's it, Gail. Trapezius moves away from the neck, though. Now push the floor away, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, now walk the feet in. Samastiti. Take your arms up. Urdhva Utkatasana again. Exhale, Uttanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your time. Now, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. See if that's changed having done standing Ustrasana. Good, Mary Beth. All right, now from Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, do Chaturanga Dandasana, tricky. Heels back, abdomen up, and now back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now walk your feet toward your hands or jump. And inhale, up you come. All right, last one with the double Chaturanga. Arms up. Exhale, dog pose. Now Chaturanga Dandasana. from the high plank. Now from Chaturanga, go to Urdhva Mukha. Good, Nancy, good. And now back to Chaturanga, back to Chaturanga, back to Chaturanga. Make the shoulder blades very flat on the back. Okay, now bend the knees strongly, merge the thighs with the chest, and now try jumping forward. No stepping this time. Bend the knees and jump. Good. All right. Now from here, jump back. Bend the knees and jump back. Some of you mentioned jumping back is different than jumping forward. Some find jumping back easier than jumping forward. Okay, now jump forward. Jump. Okay. And now jump back. Last one. Jump back. Okay, and then come out. All right, rest your legs, everyone, in Virasana. So you can take, Nadia, you can finish up in Virabhadrasana 1. Remember that if you have a shoulder issue, as I alluded with Nadia, then you would obviously do a different sequence in the Vinyasa. You could have stayed in the Baby Bhujangasana at the wall or done Utkatasana, things like that. So take a brick, everyone, and you can show me in profile. Just we're using Virasana now to rest the legs after the Vinyasa. So I'm gonna spotlight you, Lindsay. If you remember I want to show how to split the legs coming in from dog pose to Virabhadrasana 1. So one of the reasons that we started working with these different iterations of Vinyasa is to eventually include the standing poses. Lindsay, do you remember that? Or I can show it. You can use blocks. All right. So I'm going to spotlight Lindsay so you can look at the screen now. We're not going to do this, but I want to plant the seeds perhaps to do this on Tuesday. All right. So hold on. All right. All right. So let me just hold on, Lindsay, because I want to get the galley part off blocking you. Okay. So let's see. Can you adjust the camera so it can see the floor though? Yeah. Some of you will need blocks for this. So just we're not going to do it as I said, just want you to see it. Okay, so you're going to come up to dog pose. And then Virabhadrasana 1. And part of this is just knowing the pose. The body knows this. You don't have to think about it, overthink it. And then you split the legs and bring the right leg or left. Yes, that was beautiful. Okay, and then go back. That was really good. Go back. So this is, we're going to do this on Friday, but I want you to see it and inspire you. Split. Beautiful. So that requires, when you saw her split, there's that abdominal action. Now I will give you a little bit more preparation on Friday. And again, I could watch this all day. Split and go. Split. Yes. Fast twitch muscles. Yes. She comes up. She knows the pose and then go back. Remember the chest was all ready. So that's to inspire you. Good. All right. So everyone just stay in Virasana. Thanks, Lindsay. Beautiful. All right. Lana gets a audience seat, first class. All right. So here we go. You're going to do Gomukhasana. You can face me as I see it. All right. We're doing Gomukhasana in this way. For those of you who have had some knee issues, this will help. So we're going to sit on the block, which we're in now in Virasana. I'll show you in the frontal position. Sit on the block. The block can be on the lower to medium side. All right, and then watch. I'm going to take my right leg, the right thigh is crossing over the left, and I bring the right foot as close to the left hip as I can. And then we're going to do Gomukhasana arms, and I don't care which arm is forward and which leg is on top. It's immaterial. And then Garudasana and Garudasana, okay? So Lindsay V, this should help anyone's knees before we do the classic Gomukhasana. So you're sitting in Virasana on mirror image, and now take your right leg, as I just showed a moment ago, and cross it over the left. So thigh is on top of thigh. And then do Gomukhasana arms. We'll change both sides so it doesn't, you don't have to worry about which arm is on top. And then again, with movement, swing the arms to and fro. Nadia, that's good. Swing the arms to and fro. All right, now Garudasana arms. Raise the triceps away from the floor. So we worked on the strengthening the trapezius. Now spread the trapezius in Garudasana arms. See if you can get Lubna, that's really good. Some of you have your palms touching. Seen that before with Lubna. They change. Palms face, yeah, that's it. And raise the triceps away from the floor. Okay, stretch out your legs and change sides. Left leg in front. Right leg over. Gomukhasana arms. Change, good Marionette, change. Good. Garudasana arms. This will feel really good on the shoulders, Nadia, Garudasana arms. And then change, Garudasana arms. Good. All right, now take the arms down by the side and we're doing the real Gomukhasana. If it bothers your knee, Lindsay V, then just go back to using the block. So watch. This is the one where I'm going to take my right leg over, but this left foot is in Virasana. It points straight back and my heel is going into my tailbone. Jarvis says the valley of the tailbone. I also will employ a blanket because one can feel very much lopsided in this pose. So I'm inserting the blanket on top of the heel and then I'm sitting back. All right, so I'll show it from the front now. So this is the more classic Gomukhasana where my left foot is pointing straight back and we're using Gomukhasana, Nadia, as a platform to Lolasana. You won't do it. You can do the perch Lolasana. You don't need the shoulders for that. Okay? All right, Gomukhasana. Yeah, you can do it supine. Lindsay V. Okay, just work on the legs. All right, now go back to Gomukhasana arms and Gomukhasana legs. So we're using Gomukhasana leg position for Lolasana. Well done. And then change sides. Do stretch out the legs before you reverse which leg. It's really good to take Dandasana, change sides. Gomukhasana legs. So now your right heel is in the valley of the tailbone. Good, Nancy. And then Gomukhasana arms. Let's see. If you feel tipsy, insert blanket, which many people need. Okay, these look good. So just Gomukhasana when you, I mean, you could do Garudasana, there's, nothing said that, yeah, you can do either one. I guess Prashant in one of his classes, Prashant Iyengar did this whole Gomukhasanology, he called it, in Garudasana and Gomukhasana legs. Now everyone stretch out your legs. All right, so have two blocks nearby, and we're going to do just a bit of a preparation. So 2 weeks ago, we said that we would add an arm balance in each class. So last week we did Tolasana, this week we're doing Lolasana. So we're doing Lolasana with a preparation. So watch everyone. I'm going to take the two blocks on the low side. Nadia, I think this will be fine. I was doing this morning and I didn't think it would bother your shoulders. And then let me just show you from behind, literally. So I'm crossing my ankles. It'll feel like your shins. The feet point straight back. You just had one leg pointing straight back. I'll show you from the side. And then I place the blocks down closer to my hips than to my knees, actually. And then I'm keeping the feet pressing down like you did in Urdhva Mukha and Svanasana, and then raise the knees up. As I raise the knees up, I draw the abdomen back and simultaneously press the hands down. So Nadia, to the degree that you press the hands down, right? It's just to that degree where it doesn't aggravate the shoulder. Shouldn't, okay? So this Lolasana will change the cross to cross your legs at the ankle. You can show in profile. All right, now raise the knees. Keep the feet on the floor. Everyone can do. That's it, Luna. Raise, draw the abdomen back, press the hands down as you did all morning. That's it. Good, Lindsay V. And up you go. Up and down. Up and down. So this is the beginning. Eventually the feet will come up. Good. There you go. Now swap the cross. Swap the cross. Lift up. The back will feel, it'll feel rounded. It is rounded. That's fine. Gail, you could show me in profile, get a better shape of it. That's it, Janet, round the back. So the chest is not like Utkatasana. Now the back is much more rounded. That's it, Gail. Okay, and down you come. Now, for those of you, you'll see, we're going to try to get the feet off the floor. If you can't get the feet off the floor, there's another option. Put the blocks on the medium side or take a belt and belt your outer thighs, your front of the thighs to the ankle. Okay? All right, here we go. So go back to the first side. First side. All right, now press the feet, press the hands. Now abdomen draws back and rise up. If the feet don't come up, belt the legs or just stay with the perch. Now, those of you got the feet up, swing forward and back. Swing forward and back. Swing forward and back. Good, Lubna, and down you come. If you can't get the feet off the floor, try putting the blocks on the medium side. Change the cross, it can work. All right, but not too high. Yeah. Nancy, have the blocks closer to your thighs. It looks like from my angle, they're too far out. Very close. Like, you know, my hand is right. I can touch my thigh. All right, so this is what I'm asking you to do. You want, if you can't get the feet up, just keep the feet down. Those of you who can take the feet up, do so with the belt or not. That's it, Mary Beth, and swing forward and back. Swing forward and back. All right, now stretch out your legs. Give a good stretch to your legs in Dandasana. Okay, so now I want you to relax the abdomen a little bit. So let's take your belt. You can use the wall if you have it for a decentralized Supta Pangushtasana too. You'll start from Ekapada Pavanuttasana. So this idea of doing, Donna brought it to our attention 2 weeks ago. She was saying, it's kind of annoying when you just do a class of arm balances. I don't know if I've used the word annoying, but it's a lot and it can be very hard on the shoulders. So if you think about just doing one arm balance in a practice, that's much more palatable. Have the feet up the wall, take the right knee into the chest, wait there, Ekapada. So we got a lot done rather quickly. Now decentralize the left leg. Foot goes out just a little bit out, just outside the median line. Good. All right, now put the belt across the ball of the foot. Good, Mary Beth, take the leg up to 90. Extend the left arm out. And now staying with your left side, take the right leg out. So I want you to focus more on the organic body now, not so much on the alignment and the form, similar to what we did in the first pose, where I asked you to internalize your consciousness. So use this pose to spread the diaphragm, to relax the diaphragm. Having done that, the arm balances and the more rigorous work of the vinyasa to create space. So leg is out to the side. All right. Now take Supta Pangushtasana 4, any iteration, so the foot in the crook of the elbow or both arms underneath. And then we'll go back to 2 and see how Supta Pangushtasana 4 informs Supta Pangushtasana 2. Tom, that's fine, you can do it at wall, yeah. Okay, now go to Supta Pangushtasana 2 from 4. Not so much to improve, but the movement of going into Supta Pangushtasana 2 from 4 has a very quieting effect on the diaphragm. So now come up. All right, Ekapada Pavanuttasana left side. And you're ready. So again, we're doing this for the organic body. Space. Now Supta 1, just touch it. I get 90. Extend the right arm out. Take the right leg out of that centralized, decentralize it. And now staying with the right side of the body, take your left leg out. And focus on the organic body, particularly the shape of the diaphragm, the muscle of respiration being more rectangular. I alluded to that when we did Viparita Karani last week and the week before. Should feel like the abdomen feels in Viparita Karani, probably not as spread because the pelvis is not elevated. Now go to Supta 4, any iteration. Again, we use poses as platforms for other poses, like we use the prone back bends for a platform for Chaturanga Dandasana. We also use Gomukhasana as a platform for Lolasana. So now you use Supta 4 as a platform for Supta 2. When you're ready, out to the side. This is how poses inform each other. Good. That's it. Good. If you find that the right side of your body, it feels like it's lifted up, but you lost the contact of the right side of the waist, then decentralize the right leg a little bit more. Now take that leg back up. All right, now come up and do Upavishta Konasana, just with the chest vertical. We're not coming forward. Seal the legs into the earth. So Jan, you can see, this is, quite a potpourri of poses, right? When we did a standing Ustrasana, a back bend. Now we're doing this seated poses and Mukhasana on arm bounds, standing pose, Katasana. Now Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. If you need to elevate your pelvis or be at the wall. Soles of the feet together, widen the thighs away. Yeah, not coming forward. You can hold the feet from underneath if you want, or just press the feet strongly into each other, widen the thighs away. Now come back into Upavishta Konasana. See if you can take the legs a little wider apart by lifting the pelvis up and sliding forward, keeping the feet perpendicular. And then with a belt, you can use one belt or two belts. Hold the outer edges of the feet or the big toes, but keep the trunk upright. Seal the legs. So don't really, Luna, use the belt around. Yeah, one belt, do it. Two belts, even better. Now release the hands from the feet, come back to Dandasana with the feet just hip width apart. Okay. And then lie down, take a blanket for your shoulders. So have the Sarvangasana shaped blanket for your shoulders, and the head will be off the floor. Have your block nearby. Watch, we're going to do Chatuspadasana, working on the hamstrings. So you're pressing the head, pressing the shoulders, pressing the feet, and lifting the backs of the thighs. These backs of the thighs, the mid buttock has to lift up. And then we'll do that a few times. Then we'll put the block and insert it between the thighs so the legs don't roll out. All right, so shoulders are supported. Run the feet parallel to each other. Press the head, good way. Press the shoulders, press the feet, and lift the backs of the thighs up. So initiate the action, the lifting up, not from the anterior side, but the posterior side. That instruction really helps. So this whole posterior chain is being strengthened. Good, Meredith. Go up and down, but again, initiate it. So if you put your hand on your abdomen, don't initiate the action from the anterior side. The action begins from the feet and lifting the backs of the thighs, mid buttocks up. And then stay, as we did when we sat, by inserting block between the legs, okay? So remember, initiate the action from the posterior side of the body. It makes all the difference. Good, Lindsay. That's it. Well, that's good. Getting the height. Is that Lana or Lindsay? No, it's Lindsay. Lift the backs of the thighs up. And then the mid buttock up. The bottom buttock, mid buttock, top of the buttock. Go up and down to strengthen the hamstrings. You're also weak on most people, unless you have a very consistent, regular practice of back bend. Okay, then you can take the block out and then put the block, or two blocks even better, especially if you've had any back or sacral issues, two blocks underneath your sacrum and stay in supported Setu Bandha. Two blocks, Winnie, that's good. Right underneath, that's it. 2 block scale if you have it nearby. And you're staying now in Setu Bandha. The foam are not as great for the staying in it because they don't feel steady. Okay, and up you go. And then bend your arms a la Chaturanga Dandasana. Have the palms facing inward. Seal the upper arm, inner elbow, and press the arms down in an effort to get the chest as upright as it was in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Gail, it's fine if you want to stretch your leg, just make sure it has no effect on your low back. Tom, that's it. These are good. Now, see if you can use your arms one more time with the feet pressing, head pressing, shoulder down. Now try to lift the pelvis off the brick. Let the pelvis clear the brick on the high side. Nancy, that's good. You can hold the brick there in place, Nancy, especially if it's foam. Keep it, yes, and lift up. So now you're taking the pelvis higher and higher off the brick. Because for many of you, the brick on the high side is actually too low, and you don't get the shape of Setu Bandha. Now that your pelvis is lifted, you're in that shape more. The cork are the highest, more usually higher than the wood. At least they were in the studio. Okay, now bring your pelvis back down to the brick on the high side or bricks. Bend your right knee into your chest. Stretch the leg up. And then take the right leg down. Press the right foot, take the left knee in, left leg up, Ekapada. Good. All right, now join that area left leg with the right. If you want to bring the feet back down and take 2 legs up in the air at once, that's fine. If you need to hold the brick, do so. Now you're ending up in Viparita Karani on the brick versus at the wall. And then just relax now, the arms down by the side. Separate the feet a little bit to pacify the abdomen. And then remember what I alluded to when you were in Supta Panicurshasana 2. They should feel a spreading of the diaphragm. That muscle of respiration should feel more rectangular in shape, especially, of course, with the feet apart, than square. The legs are airborne at 90. Legs are apart. Imagine the wall there. So again, that your upper body is in that back bend shape. The lower body is in a forward bend shape. Now to come out, see if you can take both feet to the floor at the same time. You can hold the brick. Yes. Now lift the pelvis up, take the brick from the high side to the medium side. So it's an easeful transition. And then from the medium side to the low side. And then finally take Dvipada Pavanuttasana, knees into the chest, and just rest there with the pelvis support on the brick in Dvipada. Okay. And now we'll prepare for relaxation when you're ready. You can do any Shavasana of your choice. Lower legs on the seat of the chair can be nice. Knees on the bolster. Can also be prone. Those of you who are doing it with the chair, you can have the bolster on the high side of the roots of the thighs to traction the lower spine. So one of the things that I didn't say earlier on when we sat, we talked about setting aside worries and fears and the to-do list and fragmentation, was to make the body porous. So when we sense the body porous, and oftentimes the body feels more porous after asana, then things don't stick, right? Thoughts perhaps don't stick into the mind as well. Pain perhaps. So what I'd like you now to think about in Shavasana, maybe think is not the right word, is to have the feeling of the body, your body being porous, so that everything runs freely and smoothly. Thoughts come up again, making the mind porous. So we don't glum on to a thought, or glum on to a worry, or glum on to a fear. But this ability to make the body, to feel the body spacious, not so much as an intellectual feat, but rather as a feeling. We alluded to that with feeling grateful. So see if you can let the body feel porous. The prana, the life force, running smoothly, freely, unobstructed. Breath, smooth, silky, light. No obstructions in the body and in the mind. Body seemingly becoming more and more porous. And if pain comes up or sound, again, let the body receive any and all things without clinging to that thought or sound. It just runs smoothly through your mind, through your body. Jaws relax. Turn your ears inward. See what comes when you have that feeling of the body and the mind being porous. Able to receive everything that comes your way. Just stay. So transition yourself to an upright position. I'll end the recording, and then if you have any comments, you can unmute yourself.